Head held high, confidence intact. A single discouragement won't break the flow for these two. Miss Carla B. Tabares passes on her title of Miss Confident to Miss Samantha B. Drago. These two aren't afraid to be wrong and know exactly who they are. It's an odd thing when a friend always has what you need at the most perfect time. But what makes it even better is when they are there at the times you need them most. This motherly title is being passed on from Bianca Nicole Dular to Trisha Kizaya Ahir as they continue their journey to constantly being there for others and doing the right things just as a mother would. These people are constantly flapping their wings, never missing the opportunity to stop by and say hello. Cyril Jane Almaga passes on her abilities as a social butterfly to the well-known Lancel Claire Ramirez of the Grade 9. Is it just me, or is the room smelling really good? As the oven hits the ding, everyone is in for a sweet treat. Michaela Jane passes on her talents for baking to Jasmine Chose. Oscar-worthy performances during projects. The Actress of the Year award is passed on from Keisha Kate F. Silot to Mary Therese Fortich. Keep up with driving us all through emotions of joy and amazement with your acting skills. Speaking about bringing us through emotions, how about making us smile at any given moment? The sunshine aura and sweet presence of Rhea Flores is carried to the next batch with Daphne Sarense carrying on this special role. An observer is one of the greatest weapons. Being silent but resilient is the great talent of Josh Roderick Cedillo and Sid Ayesa Bato to be passed on to Shane Kirby Villalon. Their silence and observation only means one thing. They are ready to attack and bounce back. The sound of the battlefield brings back memories of competitive nature. John Pater Tabanera and Earl Andre Cadano passes on their title for Gamer Boys to Alexander Anthony Kinilitan. Their quick thinking and camaraderie leads them to victory. When it comes to conversations, they always have something to say. Lorraine Anguiwan and Keshalyn Ordonez passes on their qualities for never-ending chica to Catherine Brimble. Surrounded by people who dazzle their day, these two can help but dig deep into their thoughts and constantly reflect on the happenings of every hour. Markland Sidney D. Paitan passes on his title of Muni Muni star to Kazue Atarashi. But let's be honest though, we all can't help but just stare into the abyss thinking about all the what-ifs. Speaking of being in our own minds, some people can't help but let their imaginations run wild. Luke Anton Romeo M. Flores passes on his imaginative brain to Hector Michael Thomas. As their imaginations draw stars all over the place, their ideas brings out all the creative juices out of everybody. There are always those days where we are longing for that one friend to be around. They always seem to make the room a better place. Lindsay Elnaz and Colt Lukban passes on their charms for being the favorite friend to Gabriel Anthony Orculio. There's no better magic than the favor of company. In the mood to challenge your brain? Here's someone who loves to do it with you. It isn't so easy to solve a difficult puzzle, but our special someone can do this with our eyes closed. Roxette Rian Penalosa passes on her love for solving puzzles to Brian Anthony Subera Yu. In a group, there is always that one friend who'll be rooting for you no matter what. Rick Jade Lamente passes on his title of being the kindest and most supportive friend to Betsy Alias. Fine details of the world all hand-drawn on paper. Our very own Jan Paul Tabanera and Kyle Pinili passes on their abilities for drawing with a flair to Mary Rose Abrasaldo. The eyes of an artist never miss. When there are artists who prefer paper, there are also artists who explore the world of modern art. These digital artists never fail to keep up with the layers and cleanliness of their work. Sydney T. Laparan and Tony Rain Mazeo passes on their undeniable talents to Rianet Silot as the talented digital artist of the batch. Sophistication isn't about what you wear or who you know. It's all about the grace. Princess Erica Fronda passes on her graceful ways to Shanez Angelica Halapan as they float through days with the opposite of gauche. The sweet and melody brought about by these three is like no other. Pop stars Kate Leica Montilla hands on her microphone to Jan Angela Bael and Janela Rabosa. The roof has never been raised any higher. If a person's voice can raise the entire roof, a person's killer dance moves can shake up an entire floor. Benedict Caceres passes on his crown as the dancing king to Diego Enriquez. Honesty is the best policy. The truth warriors always seek out to speak the truth no matter the situation. This medal of honesty is passed on from Kyle Miguel Pahente to Nicolette Chan. Truly, the truth is always on the right side of the equation. Words are 100% a comfort. With their love for beautiful writing, we constantly find them hunched over a book during class, roaming a world dreamier than our own. The bookworm title is passed on from Cliza Lopez to Lucielle Malikay and Samantha Pinheiro. The weight may be felt on the shoulders, but the lives remain serene. Yours truly, Maui Pachoro, passes on her abilities for acceptance and staying at peace for whatever may come in life to Venice Pinili and Hannah Nicole Mota. Dedication is a big thing, but for these two, it's no problem. No matter the task, they never fail to bring on their best and are willing to go through it all. Chris Jamento passes on his token for always being on the full ride to Edmond Pagbunukan. Organized, ready, and decisive. No looking back and always ready to take action. Shikina Noval passes on her talents of always being organized and prepared to Christine Rose Quinones. There never comes a day where these two are all over the place. Constant humorous comments fly around the room and they all seem to root from the certain persons. J. Lord Colong hands out his Joker card to Kevin Gadjan representing Class Clown. There are those days where people are in need of techie assistance such as getting the television to work. Charles Kevin Gaitera passes on his techie assets to Ken Balolong. Beauty can grow overnight if you are well rested. But when it comes to these two, their endless beauties continue to grow as they soundly sleep beside us with those resting blissful faces. Tyrish Jones passes on her peaceful slumber aura to Davina Donio. Chivalrous, courteous, and polite. The qualities of a proper gentleman. Gian Paul Arecido passes on his gentleman title to Ned Villacampa. Whether it be biking, table tennis, or volleyball, these three got a knack for an active lifestyle. Henry Elnas passes on his trait for being active to Aldea Estrada and Ashton Langyon. There are no days where they are unfueled for play.
I found my way home.